The idea of quitting alcohol appeals to you because alcohol is causing a lot of trouble in your life. But no matter what you do, you end up drinking. I struggled with drinking for more than 20 years. And it was not until I adopted this very specific mindset shift that I was able to stop drinking. Looking back, I wish I had done this earlier. So today I'm sharing with you so you don't have to stay stuck like I did for such a long time. This is Alex, the Sober Dad, and today I'd like to share with you one of the most important things that had to take place inside of me for me to finally quit alcohol. Because you see, I struggled with drinking for such a long time, to the point that I really did not know what was going on. Why was I drinking so much? I knew better. I knew that my life had become unmanageable and I was becoming more and more reckless in my drinking. Yet, for some reason or another, I couldn't stop. I thought that maybe there was something wrong with me, something broken inside of me, or maybe I had gone crazy, because how else could I explain myself that I was doing all of these things when I drank and then I regretted them? So if drinking has become unmanageable and has become a liability in your life, you're not alone. The problem is that you might have the best intentions. You might know what's best for you and you might want to put your life back on track. But you have a lot of conflicting ideas inside of you that are keeping you stuck. For example, you might think that alcohol helps you to socialize and to have fun with your friends, or perhaps takes away some of the ugly feelings inside of you like anxiety or sadness, and when you drink it lightens your mood and makes you feel different, so you don't have to feel these very strong emotions. You might also remember having a lot of fun when you drank. So quitting alcohol altogether might not seem desirable for you. You might feel like there should be a way where you could have the best of both worlds, right? Where you could just drink and have fun and then not have to deal with the consequences of drinking too much. After all, everybody drinks, right? So why shouldn't you be able to drink just like everybody else? I wondered this myself over and over again. I felt like I should be able to drink, right? Because I am my own person. I am an adult. I am strong. I'm a man. And why on earth should I not be able to drink? You know, only people with weak characters can't hold their liquor, you know? And I had a very negative association with people who couldn't drink. I felt like I should be able to drink, and not drinking was admitting some kind of defeat, some kind of weakness. So there I went on and on, year after year, just battling against myself. And I would keep telling myself, you know, today I'm just gonna drink a little bit. And many times that worked. Sometimes I would just go out and just have a few drinks and have a good time. But over time, invariably, I would end up drinking again in excess, many times by myself, not with people, but just drinking in order to get drunk. So I fought this battle time and time again because I really felt very strongly that it was my right as a human and as a man to drink. So I would continue to drink despite the fact that drinking had become increasingly a huge liability and a huge problem, to the point that it was destroying everything I had worked so hard for, you know, my work, my family, my own self-esteem and image of myself. Took a great hit because I would increasingly do more and more stupid things that I would later regret, and I would feel terrible about myself. It got so bad and to the point that I was putting my life in danger over and over again. And I just got to the point when I said, this is not funny anymore. If I don't do something about it, I'm just going to die. And this may sound very drastic, and perhaps you're not at that point, and I hope you never get to that point. But what I realized is that all of this fighting year in and year out was leaving me nowhere. It was a losing battle. No matter what I told myself, no matter what assurances I gave to myself that I was just gonna drink a little bit, just one or two, I always ended up drinking more and more and more. Perhaps not the same day, but eventually I would find myself drinking in excess over and over just to get drunk. So how was I able to finally stop drinking? I had to give up the fight. I had to acknowledge defeat. I have to realize that I could just not stop drinking by myself, and that willpower alone was not going to do the trick. And this was something that was very, very hard to accept and to acknowledge, right? Because we feel like we have this free will and that we should be able to do whatever we want. But the truth of the matter is that many times we might not have the know-how or the tools that are necessary in order to do the things that we want to do. And quitting alcohol was one of them. Because quitting alcohol permanently requires you to change the way you live your life. And this can be a very scary proposition. We are creatures of habits. We like predictability. We like to be able to do things and know what's going to happen. And the idea of having to change your life and rearrange your daily routine and the things that you do in order to cope, it is quite frankly terrifying if you've never experienced this before. But what I can tell you, being on the other side of this, is that the change that comes from making this decision will transform you into a different person, a better version of yourself, a person that can cope with the difficulties of life, with the problems of life, with strong emotions, without the need to escape, without the need of alcohol or other substances. You're gonna have to learn to deal with these strong cravings, and you're gonna have to face these very strong emotions that are actually behind a lot of your drinking. And while this is not a walk in the park, this is nothing compared to what life will become if you continue the path of just drinking and stopping and drinking, because this is a train to nowhere good. So what exactly needs to happen in your mind in order to do this? You have to come to terms with the fact that you can't have even one drink. And this might be a very hard pill to swallow. And if it helps you, don't think about never ever drinking again. Give yourself some time. Give yourself a period of time that seems less terrifying. Like, for example, say a year or 6 months. Tell to yourself, I am gonna stop drinking for the next 6 months, for the next year, and experience that. Perhaps I can learn to manage my emotions and put my life on track without alcohol. They say that you have to take it one day at a time, and that is so true. Just don't worry about how you're gonna feel a week from now or a month from now. Worry about how you're gonna feel today. Because when you first stop drinking, there's a lot of strong emotions and there's a lot of things that you have to do in order to stay stopped. So don't worry about the future. Worry about how you're going to deal with your strong emotions in the next 24 hours. And if you are able to successfully stay sober and don't fall for the cravings, then you worry about the next 24 hours and then the next 24 hours and so on and on. And next thing you know, you stay sober for a week, 2 weeks, a month. And as you're doing this, just by sheer force, you are gonna have to learn how to stay stopped. You're gonna have to learn how to manage the strong cravings. You're gonna have to work on the activities and the actions and the changes in routine that will support your sobriety. And you don't need to have all the answers today in order to take the plunge, in order to quit drinking. You just have to decide to do it and take action and believe that this is a possibility for you. And again, you can punt on the idea of never drinking alcohol again, right? Give this a try. Give it a year. And if next year you feel like your life has not gotten any better, if you feel like you were better off when you were drinking alcohol, then by all means, go ahead and drink again. But give yourself a chance to explore your mind, your life, your personality without alcohol. And you can do this today. You don't have to wait for years and years like I did. Don't be me. Definitely don't follow that example because it's completely unnecessary. Let me know what you think and if this is resonating with you. And if you want to learn specific techniques and tactics that will help you in early sobriety, that is the first weeks after you decide that you're gonna stop drinking, check out this video right here that I made for you that deals with early sobriety and what you should do in order to maximize your chances of success. I have also put together a free 7-day sobriety plan that details day by day what you need to do in order to stay sober. Check out the link in the description below and download your plan today. This is Alex, the Sober Dad. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe if you found this content valuable, and I will see you in the next video.